Yo abusia and that ye discuss celebrity occultism, frequency and spirituality in Ghana. That's the topic we are going to discuss today. Now ye better music in etheric manifestation first. Ni we are stopping a music star. And no be too. Ni we are na fe ya soul contract. Ni we are ya scenario of the warlock prophets. Na fe ya the anadromos symbolism. These are things that they are discussing and they're very important topic. But me a musician biya or Ghana no. Na wakati only na share this knowledge na on share. Now I'm going to talk about 3 different stars. Medika kada say you what 12 different souls. But and then no me kasa na me ko kasa na me base ebi what 3 particular musicians be so. Intini ye betumi aka say ye kwa akofa souls ni be free 3 different places. We will talk about one of them who is a earth bound soul. Ono mono ye ka so be a soul or ye earth bound soul la obetumi afa 1 million bodies okono oba ono ye beka one of them ho asem wo ye industry ni mu na fe ya ba be fa MT and as a star seeds no so ba kom so mo de they come and they help mankind no mo asanko a so omo beba so omo mba ejinadwuma bi omo ye so no mbetumi asan aba biom ontumi guarantee say oba okoba obekwa aba omo ye beka one of them so ehwo asem na afa ye betumi so aka ebi so ya angelic beings omo so omo ba sa so no so ba hanom na so no so obeye bibia edie ne ma otumi survive na de ne timi ma fall off nti bia ye be wie we no ye musicians ni bebre omo fall off na bia mo behu de nti a omo fall off sesebio wa adwene mu edo a wo behu ba bia na obi belong to because industry no anase anything that contains sounds and frequency no ordinary person cannot involve him or herself into it. Enti ye wonkrofo ni bi wo ho a omo nko antimi nye enwom ade so omo show bi ase. Eni ye wonkrofo ni bi wo ho nso so a anka ye de particular area mom sa wo de a wo ye ne se wo betro nwom no e de ama nkrofo nka nse se wo ha wo ho se wo ba omo no mo yi omo tipi a omo face a lot of hatred nti ene no ye ba be komuni ya hye because to me there is no African country ewo asase we so akabula ha ye benya raw giftings ewo honomo echen Ghana but because they take spirituality out whether they know or not they take it out na omo ma enkrofo bi omo practice spirituality shallow way no omo no omo believe say spirituality is principles inti no na udi kan ba ye inti se ma ba me your father say wo submit to me. These people don't understand what is called soul contract. Inti omo no omo the principles and eye ejuma omo na obehu my spiritual father my spiritual way omo no they go according to the odi kan ba ye and no ye shallow spirituality. But when you want to get into real and deep spirituality, one, you must understand the soul that is standing there, the body that is standing there. Ami ben ene dinechi se sa ami ni dinechi a wona udi kan ba ya obetimi ni nipa na twetwe e de na akofoma na. I keep cautioning people, be careful with social media because it's the most serious world on earth. Social media and now you know people by their shadows and their frequency or words. You don't know many of us personally into no uko social media sama na we mechanism we every ho ade bia so mechanism no enka ho na ye shadow any sounds no purely spirituality. Inti be careful onipa woni ni benya asem e wo social media ne so enye se wo be kasa wo betumi akasa wo betumi akɔkye ne nti na wo de na efa kwan bi so because wo de ebinum be fa kwan bi so ebinum betumi ajejew na se wo nim wo hu yie na wo nni wo balance na wo de wasem akɔ so they will make sure so matrete ama wa ye bibi e breach wo soul contract so they are able to hold on you obeso mu pa or do better form flat. This is what we are going to talk about today. Let's talk about the spirituality of celebrities with the special case of some musicians. What has spirituality got to do with music? You may ask. May catch your plane a whole lot. Now musicians say they are young, so they are spirituality who be hey. A reasona yetim na is controlled and a movie by sounds, frequency, and vibration. Into a ye everything live, and do ye everything cosmic, and ye everything universe. Say yeti we yasia ye be take sa part no. Very, very careful. That is why when you go to a comfort, they play music, they play sounds, almost sing cheneso, almost kwa, they play music, they play sounds, almost sing cheneso, okwa sorry them the same thing. Baby kobia, you will find music there. Why is it so? If it is not spirituality, if it has got nothing to do with life, adentina. You will hear them say frequency ni vibrations and frama ni na make it sound because a konomo ena dia ewuli wiase ni nyina ewo. We are going to talk about it because music is frequency and every etheric manifestation is made with frequency. So to me the bibi free sunsumu aba honamani a eye frequency. Enti omo ye Reiki healing no. Omba for omo bo no ma aye wo so Reiki healing it takes 3 years to finish you. First degree, second degree, third degree. A serious thing. Enti sounds and frequencies ni wo bibiamu enkwa o owu o akola ye wo ni to wo say kim na osu o making that sounds, that frequency to tell that I have life. Akola ensu a asem kesiesi. Yes, back in the day, spiritual churches were rampant, including the ones we call Sunsumsori, because their operations are mainly on music, spiritual music. They can ginger the congregation and move their people with their melodic rhythms. Sunsumsori for no mu sing chene so a omo tumi sing chene so asafofo no na bibia tiesi obi so. Usually, the ones that evoke or conjure heavenly beings to manifest are more popular. Omo frɛ angel. Unti na ye use Sunsumsori no. Mo be kaya papa jagrada beto ndumbi. Ewo platform no so edi jinja ho no mo. Na se wo yo obi a wote sounds and frequencies ase ananka Sunsumsori. Nanka ho no omo sa omo de omo say angels no omo frɛ. Unti they know how a omo si omo ntwene no so. Omusi omontwene no so saape a ene nani amasi all over Africa nanka sunsum ye sintwene so ne ye different energies from Nigeria to Ghana and all over Africa. Music and spirituality have been something that people have acknowledged their effectiveness and realness. Black people are full of blue jeans, real souls, real energies, full of spirit. Nti sometimes no eno na ye me say omo ota sa jeans na ma ye wickedness no so affect the way anka ye papa any said they are connected with the heavenly beings no na anka ye to me any omo connected no sa na ye born no so akoye. When the music goes up the heavenly beings come down. Inti no na Sunsumsori no mu sintwene no so sa na abofo na tiesi na nsemu inesi. So we used to have famous spiritual musicians who worked with powerful spiritual leaders and commanders of angelic beings. So omo to ndwom ne sa na fe bibia si omo so inti na make tell say energies no ye woni ama ye de gada omo ne ye de frɛ omo nye nipa wo de wani behu omo so omo nie tie. Nanse mu say channeling bi a ye koye abrofu channeling ya komu ya omu common in grand style na omo de wo se wa channel a ye de machine bezi wuso ne ya hwe say enye nsa bi na apa no ma na adwo so bi na de wa na omu bisa ne say enti mu so ya mo pese mo ba ha bi no say omo ba ha na obisa ne say enti wo pese mu nso mo betena ha se de ye nya honam ni mo pese mo experience o say experience ha say entamwa ahanumuno they can't be like you are powerful here than them, but you have the ability to call them Won wo niama wo de bebubom. Se wo de chakogu ko pot mu. Na wo de eja tum na wo bomu a na wo de bibi tum na wo bomu a ye na no mo de boba ne boba e no mo de passion no ma frɛ eja energy efrim no mo de asoja wo de no aduane a ebin e ye energy na wa frɛ no enti nye se energy bi te baabi a na wo ye ya na nipa na ba na wo hu ni so otuetua ntaban ni we ye kwa me ya okrom ye ko twa the quest wo ho na ma to me new drone kese pa e fe ye na ne bo so edin na ye fly drone you know mo asi akonfo na si ntwene so be 200 akonfo no mo asi ntwene so na ebo na drone ni fly course no mema rain fisa wo si ntwene ni so na heavily beans no energy ni ba fom na mo chi mi drone no e wo so ho na mo de call ya na fe de ade na control drone na ayira wo so chese ye hu ba bia drone wo na boy si o mo kwohwehwe o man kan kire mi so na mo si ko enwura ni mi so o mo kwohwehwe ena bees ko buo mo nti efe kire na o mbe ka kire mi se boys ni se drone na am se ade na drone na ayira na mo kɔ akwohwehwe enya mo na mo frɛ those energies ni se embra nti mo ko se mo kwohwehwe a mo be kwa akonya problems omo beating drums na ma energies na eba no omo na ese yesomo omo na omo kona me kofre komfo ba ko se me drone omo fa ha na omo akofa drone na ba bi etutu koto nyina ohuni nyina ko yiyi ni nyina de bae. There are things we don't joke with them, but the way this whole spiritual thing is communicated to us na ayetan inti ade simple a wo fie kura wo betumi agada na wo frɛ energy bi no eye wo say ehu wo first ni sunsum sorry for almost starting you aye mewe je mewe je mewe no maye suswe ya bre bebo yare fo eswe suswe ya bro bebo yare fo eswe no musin twene no suswe na abofo ni si for ma so wa ko be like oya akola na this susum sorry for no they are so powerful and who saketwa wakra they know what is in you. Me say na make no munzama for omo try ya so omo de mbekom na yi omo de enkansa ba ye kurom foforo na me papa ewu no omo de aba ho omo so try ya so omo de mbekom. You know, so what I'm trying to say is that music is everything life and music is everything etheric. It is a nipa betimi ni etheric beings na kan bomu a eyendwom any frequencies eno na de omo ba. But today we have urban pop culture and other music. Did they speak the same spirituality and what symbols are being communicated to us at our blind side by our now trending musicians? Sum sorry for ne akonfo ne akonfo ne asafofo no. No musi nyom so ana maka kiro no sunsum a na esi. So mo kokon no musi ntwene no so sa na. And ye not chess or when you red baby or town finish bia or move who no more back consuading kunim because almost sis almost a way almost sing training so and not praises in Chini different worship in Chini different because said the basis no frequency ni vibration ni bia or energy a frɛ into a conform almost sakete and what they were almost sing training so almost adoa and what they were almost sing training so ni now a particular frequency baby a call bo na a tree energies no e de ba down nti mi pese mi bisa se sie na nye akon ne yesi so ntwene no e na nye sunsum sori ntwene ne yesi so no ye mfa ne say praises worship and the music no omobobobo Shatawale munjom Stone Boy munjom Black Sheriff munjom no ye pese ye bisa se enu so no e de bibi ba ye so e wo ye blind side a ye nimu ana enu na me pese ye hwe no sama mba udin a and Teresa wunye musician just that mean to me and ko be answer. There are people I know them spiritually. So when I'm talking about them, I'm not here to predict nothing. I'm not a child in spirituality to come and sit in public and do any of these things. I some and I make natural because obeying himself you go do me lomo. Mebwa say we beto no say nya lomo na pick you there diamond rings on your body. I don't quite me dakura mitumi tuntum kolani diamond rings on your body because the old man's voice, if you know, it communicates. Inti, I'm not saying say me bubo obi edin and I say me bubo obi edin, but the point I'm trying to make is that sum soren dwom ene ntwene na omusiso ana bibifo nim akonfo ntwene omusiso ana bibifo nim akonfo ne asafofo ntwene a na omusiso a bibifo nim no say ye connected to those sounds and frequencies anymore. So what I want to know ni say sa lomo ne up and running ene de keke ka ho nyina new one ya ayi chatawale di abai se wutie sa no ye pese ye hu se eno eden na frɛ ba yesu eno ene me pese ye nkom na ye nto ye bo na ye hwɛ. So send this to your favorite musician amwakwaba ba spiritual awadwumadi nsu biom moma ye hwɛ some souls dia omo ye na ye nkom ni ye hwa medu soul contract na ye hwɛ se wobetumi aforce obi se onkopa obi kyew ana wontumi force obi se onkopa obi kyew mwakwaba biom. I believed you, I believed you, I believed you, I believed you. I send you love. I send you love, I send you love, I send you love wherever you are. I send you love, I send you peace, I send you peace, I send you joy, I send you help. Wherever you are, I send you strength. And I welcome you to another great episode of Spirituality. Today we are discussing celebrity occultism, frequency and spirituality in Ghana. Mabobo bobi swachro, machro faces ayede ade ne befa, ni baby ayede bekwa akɔwie. Medi kan akacho say ye were 12 different souls. But and then me conversation e bekwa akɔwura miensa so. Earthbound souls na yahwe MTs anaso so say star seeds no omo so na fe yahwe angelic beings no so baako ne ye befa menchiro. But when you finish listening to this wankasa tell us who belongs to where. I eno ene ye discussing more about. My name is always the pride of our ancestors. They speak through me. In fact, our ancestors find their joy in me. They are so proud with me. In fact, they even visit on that platform through some of us. And I'm so calm and confidence in myself with what I do. I welcome you people. So today, you know the topic. Let's look at music in the etheric manifestation. Obi baby sasa na ndwom no eye nipa na eto nefa ni ayemfa ye ni hu ahonhom ana beings ana souls ayemfa ye ni hu no efa omo hu ben na fe wadwen akode enti obi kura wu a ye wo said ya sounding flute. When you hear about an angelic being having 7 eyes and 6 wings, oni ebidomo kodina ene omo ba ne omo amidi omo echi ni de ko hin ne ba ha, and people say I've seen this angel before, and the angel has a beautiful face, red eyes, fire in their eyes and all that. Yeti we de bia ebi muni omo ko di na ebi muni Lucifer ne ade ehia. Like the Revelation spoke about angels in the end time and describing them with fire in their eyes, walking on brass and their feet burning. Amudi ayenum sorry me say na mi hui no jinasi kaka ni edua so mi ncha meni nkwaja onyami egwama wokum no juda mu abusie ko mu jata no ni a David mamu nyina ni a wedding kunim no osata de ehu na ne 90 say we describe them with all sort of things. These are etheric bodies that can only be manifested with music frequency. I know mama reason ti amobobo obo nyom no any the way amobo ni nyina omu nye nipa omu gina ho ne obekọ dina oni body because on fa oba ne ho no no emba ye na woni na kokasa oni language just like computer your friend is saying robots any language they can speak telepathically. Enti so okọ ba bi ne de mirror si wane ya frɛ obofo ametum na obofo no ne wo kasa look sharp. You don't need Mommy Grace to tell you this. They don't have language. Omo ankofo oba ya se kwa amba. Na omo benya body ne kasa. Nti uko hu angel bi owo body ne kasa, watch out. In the creation story across the world, everything was made with the frequency of words. kasa words nsem enu nti na omo say asemu ene bi so say ashem we na omo kasa nyankopon ya ashem ntumi asemu asem ewo wo mu nsem ewo wo mu voice or music they are the same thing nti enyum eye kasa sound eye beat nko na omo bompa sound bibi na sounds eye kasa. The Hindu god Brahma, after meditating for eons or meditates almost otena okra modani bibi, hears a sound from the depths of the ocean. The sound increases in volume, and Brahma split a lotus flower into 3 parts, one of which becomes the heavens. Brahma split himself into male and female to create all beings. This is Hindu for also creation story. Until you will see the sound here, and I will give you this same thing is turned also in the Bible. Remember we read Brahma etre sounds kasa every ocean immunity and ye and na or splitted the whole into 2, a male energy and a female energy, and or started say afe obo niyama ana obo beings we ase. I always use Brahma because ono de wan fa bibia mesi wo so obi emeso. Now when you look at John chapter 1, or say in the beginning was the word. Remember Brahma heard a sound from the ocean, so that is the word. Word makes sounds. Ba, a sound. Come, a sound. Go, a sound. So in the beginning was the word. And in the beginning, Brahma heard a sound. That is one. It cancels it. And the word was with God. And Brahma splitted himself into 2. So now you can see the first God there. And the word was God. So you will see these 3 things in there. The sound, Brahma himself splitting himself into 2. So you see male energy and female energy. 3. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. 2. And the word was God. You will find these 3 here. Where the beer make it sound and I make it. Music is very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. So any country that will focus on their music for the music to go up without fracas, no, that country will put himself on the map. Music attracts spirits. Music makes spirits. I want everybody to understand. And don't forget, life is spirit. Music is like the weapon that brings development in both the spiritual and the physical plane. That is in Jom. Those close to me will testify to this. When I wake up at dawn and I sit behind my keyboard, baby, say yes, strike keyboard, me say na ye kataye ni say na. Music is powerful. I want you to understand. If you say you want to see development, you see buildings, you see cars, you see things like physical things in the etheric world, in the unseen world. When things are going to be built, they are built on the frequency of music. A dying style, cars, these people download them from the etheric and then they bring it to reality. Una na no kana kasakwa o se ubesi dan ya usi ni dem ansa wo de ababontin. What does that mean? Enti eniama bebre wo ho ankrofo hu ye e na omode eba ha sei. If the thing is not coming from enti na make to say nsamampom e ye baabi a wo benya your friend is saying giftings wopa because obi ewu or the these are things that you cannot be like we intino nyansa ni nimdie ni nyina wo dada. You need to download. Now ube download you can't download it like internet, no. It's all about frequency, vibrations, and then music. So manifestation is frequency. So different types of tones different types of music, frequency, voice, tones, words, your speech, what you say, everything is based on music. Bibia wo wiase bia is controlled by music. Asam na wo ka no, ubetumi aka asam ebema obi buefu, ubetumi aka asam ebema obi bu adwo. Mema ure mfi se ni nyina aye so na ati mu no the unseen ne control. Ubetumi atie ndwom na wusu, ubetumi atie ndwom bi na wosere, ubetumi atie ndwom bi na awra ho, ubetumi atie ndwom bi na wani age, ubetumi atie ndwom bi na ama wada. This is music. So it has everything to do with life, the universe, and spirituality. Why are we talking about? Today we are going to talk about 3 of our musicians. Because Semba now we share now in the name of spirituality, the explanations near the end and fire and baby as a yantinia maybe as ya. Na sa wo ban so no wo giftings bi woni mu a wo betie we no wahwe ni ye na sa kola ni tu anamo na oba watumi guide ne properly. When you pray and meditate, you create a frequency that fuels development in the etheric world. Because we ye koma eniama timi ba wutirim. Eniama ntina me catch say me 1 million contents. Until me content don't say me entertain way. I can sit here, nobody will ask me anything. There are people who cannot even teach. Just will be the matter will be so myself. I have the downloads are mine. So I can close my eyes and talk for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 50 hours. I will talk. I have content. When you sleep and you have a dream and you are in the ethereal, the things you see are all with frequency. You will have great dreams when you have positive frequency and bad dreams with bad frequency. So if you don't get dreams at all, my dear, worry. It's no good. Are you saying there's no frequency? Because no matter how low you download low, no matter how high you download high. So if there is no frequency, if you don't get dream at all, it means there is no frequency. If there is no frequency, it means there is no life. Because the frequency in your heart, when it goes low, that is when you suffer arrhythmias and you can have heart attack and die. When your frequency goes low in the brain, that is when your neurons will shut. Then your dopamine goes high. You are not able to sleep. Your face will wrinkle and you will grow old. Then you will start chasing Botox and fillers. So if you don't dream at all, then you need to worry. So anytime any priest or any spiritual person says, I have seen an angel of the Lord appear to me, and the angel has 3 eyes and this and that, or have seen you giving birth to 7 children before you can see in the ethereal, that image is created by frequency. The also no. And me, I have been a prophetess, a great one. And yet, a quanchen, the end come no. By the grace of God, we were up there when we started this thing. Ntina me a prophetess, Papa was a worshipper. Nam de nyumni tio musana, ne be musana. And when I be hunyama, ya cambo date ni ama bibia beko. And yet, ne yo. And yet, the echo social media, ni gather information was at social media, no cry way. Be it a church or a spiritual establishment, music and frequency must not walk away from you. Any great prophet bia can sing. I'm telling you, prophet papa bia otumi tonjom because a nyom no na pu na a catapult na wa see a clear who say team and ye begu sana wa unim na unim. This is the foundation of the ethereal music. Before you can see the manifestation of things in the mind's eye, I mean the pineal gland, your frequency must be aligned with your body. Don't do it. And so we are calm. Now we let it be go. Now we page no. With all dogma and ne adwendweni wura na egum ni nyina America aka tro say Noah esoma dove no so nkohwe asase na settle ansa na wapie. This is what we are talking about. You must align with your body so the soul can travel and download things for you. Then I make us see, me say ansana the mind's eye a baby you know, just say why you okay. So why do you know any no MBA ya we are limited. Don't get offended because it is there for you to open it so you are able to align with your energies so that won't fall honam bre. Cause honam ne de say bodani e sabi oni friend is sabio a onam se energy ni to me Kenya na de bia or that trouble. Me say fa we si we ni so. Ne no na be ma wo purpose aye easy e wasase so. You must have certain frequencies to create those things or to see and access those things. Obi say how? Say you obi ya. Utumi a create certain frequency. Me so we and some bebre ya. Me shada ni umuta. I am one person that has worked with my people. Their own chair, 10 years. It is thieves that leaves my company. We are now you kushini dia. There's one particular girl. The catch her Kelly, me say, hey Kelly, get away the way they be or ba how do obi hu asem ba he die. Miss Rono. Get away the way they be obi uni obi wo they be or obi hu asem leave. Oh mouth frequency papa bi am catch her Kelly. Me say Kelly we get away they be how do obi hu asem be. Miss Rono no say hey na wa usuro obi de na e be ni de ni. Ai ewi asem Oni osofo a oni ne yereti oni na wofo na okonye ma osofo no say enye me ba enye me dia nti wankoto ne din osofo no po ba ne hye no e na me tantan am ko yi ni fi hospital me encourage no me hye na no de ne ba no koto school okromfo owi ade ewie na me pam no oni nam krom say me ne ye adwuma me ntia nka ye wonkrofo bi wo ho mu nye ye da kosi so mo bewu enye duaba o because tie Unim ni enti ye yinya na yenyade ba ya akwa emu no. Ye yinya na yenyade ba ya akwa emu because me catch de bia so bi ma waduane di enne na wo kwa walk away quietly because e wiase obi ani obi wu obi abewu eje obi. Nti ye ntumi ntina fa akoko sisi ebewu. Wo bekọ na ebie di wachi, wo bekọ na ebie di wachi. Nti woni obi nya as woni obi san enne na wo kwa kọ na wo konso a wo ka akania e wo ho. Because one can ye wo a onipa ne papa no ye wo naduane no toma wadio wonim se wodi aduane a sebio capfra waste no be kwa kopu etu egu but papa na wo honi na ekọ wo blood nim na esanse sunsum sem enye wiase ade a obetumi abu afaso adaada ne nti honam no ana wo moja na ekra ne tim no onim nipa no contribution na wo moja ne mu no nti wo start say wo kasa tie nipa na moja na wo mu no e react nti na nkrofo bebre na meka omuntumi nye ye da enye duabo but obi papa bi oye omo no saa papa na nipa ne ye ona wutwa ntro no to no so e be reacting wo moja ne e be pull you back always obi oye ni papa oye ni papa no matter what ontumi nye nipa boneda nti se nipa no ye ne bone na wahwe ne yie especially wo ka no ho asem a eni ho a na wahwe ne yie enti ye wo nipa ne bi wo ho sei oben wa pam no no nko da bi odi obi ho asem wo ba ye wo da wo ka bi odi ba ye wo so. And so that is why music and spirituality cannot be taken apart. What is your type of music? And at what time do you play them? Write it in the comment section. What is your favorite music? Hip hop, Afro pop, R&B, jazz, and also say, what is your favorite music? Gospel, lovers rock, reggae. What is your favorite and why? And at what time do you play this music? And no, you're quit a major mamu. Aye. And can you say, yeah, voice note to Anka Memo be recorded 5 minutes of the favorite music na wasenia mamina. In fact, nanka ya bone ye de try nasi. Music goes with spirituality, spirituality goes with music. And so, today's editorial, I'm going to focus on some of the happenings within our music industry perspective, especially in Ghana. Nti me de nkrofo miensa ebeye nsani ani na me de asi me di kan wo kasa bi me sha se ne me kiro say ye 12 different souls na mama mu souls miensa bi. So we are going to talk about some people because Ghana was talent too. Ghana are making a lot of countries when it comes to music and movies. Ba yenya ye ho no enye no ewo oje hu a won to me nti ase entoso you're making a lot of countries one bahakura won hate nso yenya ye de no ye ya enko what have we left behind ana so say yenim na yenye ana ye unknowingly ana ye no wrongly edenti na ama ye ntumi break it through. I have done some editorials where I brought in Beyonce, explaining how she is suspected to be using certain frequencies of African energies. Me no kind into bon say ya no de nantwie honam ahye no de mbebe no enso e de ahye me ne waka ho asem a make sure say god of fertility and music and all depict and all the way no the Orisha chakra Oshan, especially to channel her success in music, medical Beyonce. I have spoken about certain musicians in Ghana and I've even discussed Stonebwoy, Shatta Wale and Black Sherif in a lot of my editorial. Today will not be different. Why? My come asem pen wo me editorials mo and then so enkoye different. I'll pick the 3 of them and then we talk about them and the happenings around in Ghana. There have been certain happenings recently, happenings that have triggered conversation in the spiritual communities, especially about Shatta Wale, Black Sherif, and Stonebwoy. I'm not saying that all the other musicians don't assume some importance spiritually. No, they all do. But I want to make a statement. And if you are watching this episode, before you go and gossip, make sure say what yako end. Because I'm always at the positive side. I don't have time for low things, low stuff nyama. If you know me, you can testify how I respect everybody, small, young, old. Until my platform is open to all. Obi or baby, I'm going to have a conversation. Since I'm more no interest we low and I say we. I am a spiritual visionary and I don't know what is low and what is high. I don't know what is bad and what is good. But Ningina works together for my good. But recently, the conversation that are taking place in certain quarters among spiritual leadership demand that we delve into it. These 3 people na makano eniama ekoso no eno na me pese me papa mu spiritually nam explaining the levels no to you. And so this editorial I'm going to talk about those things. I'm not going to say we basi. I'm too old for that. 25 years in spirituality. I have grown in it. Yes. And I'm back and say, no, we don't do that. I'm not going to put a spiritual scan to say I'm going to prophesy that some musicians is going to win Grammy Album of the Year or Artist of the Year or somebody is going to die. No, I'm too old for this. I have passed that stage. I'm not saying so be yeah and yo, but I want you to know that my level is different. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's okay. But that's not my level now. I have grown. I like me tremu that area on. And yes, I mean wo. Say you see Yebeka chira mo grand style. I'm telling you, you see Yebeka sa nyama na Yebeka no with grand and Felipo. Like in totals, like that. So bang. If you know, you know. I don't have to come and brag like that. But yeah, you is anyama. Nah. Spirituality, they show off. Okay, show off. Prophetics, we've passed through. No, that's not what I'm going to do. To predict, no, I'm not doing spiritual scanning. I'm not doing spiritual prophesying. No. I'm not doing vision insight into what the stars of the musicians are saying. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm too old for that. I'm just going to analyze their footprint, things that they've done in the few days or a few months coming to the end of the year, and things that they have done that have gotten the community of spirituality talking. The possible spiritual implications. And I'm a person eka. Into my way is always different. We are the greatest. Don't forget that. I am the pride of Akabulan. Yes. So that's not what we are going to do, but we are going to get into celebrity occultism, frequency and spirituality in Ghana. That's what we are going to do today. Stopping a music star. Let's look at that one. Now, recently, when Shatta Wale commented about a certain misunderstanding that he had with Black Sherif, a lot of people in the spiritual world spoke about it. Small etwichi. When I mean is walking, most definitely etwichi beba. But nkrofo no mo ma ho comment no mo kire de nkrofo yinya no. What is their stand in spirituality and what is their power and what do they know about these people? And some people are saying that Shatta Wale has said he's going to end Black Sherif's career emphatically. That is a very profound spiritual prophecy. Are you serious? And most of the time, we hear our pastors pronouncing cases and judgment and prophesying on things like that. We hardly hear one musician openly prophesying like that. Shatta, why is he saying that? Should we take him serious? He's a God. I have said this before and I'm saying it again. Shatta Wale is a God. If you don't understand, it's people that make somebody a God because of our consciousness and our conscience backing him. I'm telling you, Nigeria almost Bishop Oyedepo war members chain obiya wo, if I'm not mistaken, but yet and a kromu ayenim the biggest church wa hani omo members are omo. Nobody comes to Shatta Wale and his army. He is a whole God. And the fact that he has all these energies behind him, if he say pim, are you serious? We have to look into it. Makachiro, this episode, before you go and gossip, watch it to the end. Because you cannot go and lie against me like that. If you understand Shatta Wale's personality, his image, his words, his star system, and you are somewhere you kind of to mean that money ye. But here Messiah says, should Black Sherif be scared about this statement? Like all the spiritual people are saying, you know. Into omu now, so omu saying it's no almost air cano. Omu fast semni free and omu di be see hifa. Omu josuo pa ewo he. Advice no omu money na no omu basis eye day. Eno, and I'm say ye. And so when a musician who carries a lot of spiritual following prophesies to another musician that I am going to end your career, Yankai Anuntumana. For Shatta is not a baby God, he's a whole God. If you know, you know. So as some way also tying prophecy we know. Prophesy like that. Nobody should dispute this fact that Shatta Wale is huge. I traveled from the islands, Antigua, St. Martins. I came down to Dahomey. I went all the way to a village called Abome. To Togo. They were they were shattering everywhere. His music his music is played in the all the clubs. You can name them. Just say he's huge. Me say Abome. Dahomey or any Nigeria corner it's not that they played one in the middle or a francophone country. Don't forget, they were playing his songs back to back continuously. I said this nigga is huge, man. Awesome. So why is he making this statement? Should Black Sherif be shivering or no? So who? Medika am train. So where do we play Shatta Wale? It's a quit for you. Go and find out yourself. Now be afo. I said I'm going to talk about the three of them. Wait till I'm done before you go and gossip. Gossip well, because I'm for positivity. So nobody can say that Shatta Wale is who the members to be also he is huge. To Franco for Antigua, like that island, they were playing this song. I'm like, you are here too, nigga. So he's huge. We should admit this. I continue. Enti papa in cancer we jai music here to na say or just coming. Now at a person of his caliber, why would he say this into the other partner now or cancer actually no sura na or see obema ni carry an end and make references to other people that had a misunderstanding with him that he feels he has ended their career. There is an impact. Asem we you kan ye o ka so onye obi a yen ka so onye obi a na the oka asem kire no so e onye ne den onu so no ho popo ana. That is when the soul contracts come in. That is where the baby a obi afi no ebe meja ho na ma se menya o calculation na koye. And so the spiritual world is right to discuss it. Asem no kan ye no, I am the mother of all spirituality. Don't forget. Whether you like it or not, find out. Makato says social media is huge until you cannot come and sit here and brag into where family. That is why these spiritual subjects, when they come up, you in the house may not know that they have spiritual implications. What would you be kekeno? And no what surface no so omo feel say spirituality no principles no would also say kopacho. Should it go that way? But your spiritual leaders know. Yes, they know. Will wait. Nobody can dispute that fact. It will wait. I've heard and I've come across conversations in the spiritual community that people are saying Black Sheriff should go and beg Shatta Wale. Should he go and beg him? Should he go and beg him? I leave this question for you. You can answer. What is your thoughts? What do you think? That Shatta Wale is not an average human. He works on a very high spiritual level. Oh, yes. No two ways about that. But should he go and beg? And so when he has a misunderstanding with you and he prophesies, he knows what he is talking about, of course. And I've heard some renowned pastors make the same pronouncement, alluding to the power of the words and the spiritual fortitude of Shatta Wale. They are saying it, there's truth. Again, even I have explained in my previous editorial that Black Sheriff is not a lost personality in terms of spirituality. You see, the other day, now I was having a conversation with Kwesi, my makeup artist. Me one episode be. Ena na me kocha nti meduru wana me hu nipa na ote wono na me sign mechi na me kwasesa wig na eso me tiri so no nti me kwasesa wig na eto me tiri eso me tiri so no ena me old man no so okwa posti no na oye guy ne honam te say aunt. So after the episode no ena me bisa Kwesi say nti nkrofo na omo ba me show ni so no say ya omo betena ho a omo nim adeko a ede omo betena ho omo nim what they are doing ana and na make catch the guy no make catch Kwesi who the guy is and blah 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 blah. So these people ya can wase me almost omo nim omo ho ana, because Black Sheriff is never a lost personality in terms of spirituality. I don't know whether he knows or not, but we know. Because we own part of the grounds. Yes. I call him old man. So if you know, you know. Sana ya me tie friend. I am me diamond rings on your body. I'm not too good, but ekoye me da minim ho no yi. Ti me ya na maka said that omo bo ka ni mu na me see the old man voice is coming. Let us kind of dey me na to diamond rings on your body. So onye a lost personality when it comes to spirituality, whether he is aware or not. What that means is that he is a soul on an assignment. He is a powerful soul. So look at these two gentlemen, Omo Queen. And now miss, I don't call it a fight. Chuchu need the back because a beer to be shifty. Ne shifty and chuchu beba. He is like a shooting star, a very bright star who has carved a new path with his voice to make an impact. Onone the them say maybe who want to walk akrapa. He is on a journey. When you are on a spiritual journey, you also move with a spiritual army. Se mumayen tisani ameyase. Na who say we are beautiful people with beautiful assignments. Na yen sanson te ase se twini de beba. But eya mo force you obi so onye bibia. When they say spirituality is principle, one thing and a soul contract so yeah another thing. We should understand these two. And so you cannot just take both Shatta Wale and Black Sherif out per the journey that they are on. And until I be can't stretch them so me and sano to one place will be a baby free. Not a and knowing how spiritual Shatta Wale is, I don't disagree that he is prophesying to spiritually attack Black Sherif. Because he is also aware that that young man is on a spiritual journey and is accompanied by a spiritual army. Onim. You know, so Onim Shatta Wale date of birth. You cannot take him for granted. So will be and they're just on our bed with him so ni bibo will be. I'm telling you. Many share the same birthday though. If you know, you know. And some crowd you can't kill them. Obeko lo na ya so we be hu ana was bab until boy. Yeah, we are killables. It is only a commander who is not wise will yet let his anger force him to single-handedly attack an army. That's a suicide mission. I want say we don't help our people. Now spiritual people, you can't put them together. You know what's happening? Shatta has a whole way to do what he's doing. Okay? But if you understand, maybe say omunim the American and now omunim. But as for Shatta, I believe he knows what he has. I know minim so nim the owo. Inti ebeye unwise say obekwa ko attack Black Sherif or no one ne army nenam. Like you know. Or no Shatta no your commander inti onim say enye smart. Say obe yes are swift. So what is happening? Me enti enko animu ni enko wie. It is suicidal mission for you to attack another commander ne army suicide nechi. Do you understand what I'm saying, please? Mpamuchomo me ase ana. So I want to ask you because language. No matter how angry you are, when an army is going, you should not let your anger attack the army. And no dear, it's unwise. We have so many ways to deal with these things, and especially it is so be a Shatta Wale a onim cosmic no like onim ne hono. This decision, how do we handle it? Unless you have the sole right to attack the army, or you have the right to attack the leader of the army without the army. Sa ahei. And I make us say, when people me see yourself will be obesha me hunkom. Sa die we be ye me no me man ya che ne dana. Ono an obekumi. No de aye nkom hye. Because wonim sa die we ya won to me sure yourself will be hunkom. In the spiritual people no almost sanshare yourself from hunkom. They know nothing. I'm telling you. Unless you have that soul right, oh. Hey, erade. I think so we have to go deeper. We have to go deeper. Because cosmically, no, to me, bibia nam ne kwanso chichi ne ba ofa hona wafa hona woko. And to me ko attack unless say why your homework. Until I say ade we na abeda ho no nyina mu ntwe ne ye. Say Shatta Wale yen homework ye. Ne we nya ne right over the soul to attack that army. Any leader there. And but is that possible? Is that cosmic? Oh, baby says na and then soul contract. So now let's look at soul contracts. They can only spiritually invade each other's star only if the other has broken his soul contract. Hey, you won't break your soul contract. You cannot practice spirituality without the cosmic laws. Obe fall off. I've explained what a soul contract is in many videos. My episodes bebre about soul contract. If you have not watched that editorial on soul contract, please, I urge you to subscribe to the channel. Share the link. And then search in the video section. Now, who soul contract na me yeah no. So you were able to get the soul contract right because baby I make on me the kwa tin do, and I don't intend to do this thing twice. And watch this episode, Celebrity Occultism, Frequency and Spirituality in Ghana. Adia we won machira mo star blocking na from journalism to social media to where wakoka soro ho ni energy asa on si form no obi mpa ne ho da nti otale soro ho obi obeba bia senka yete sa nyama we nyina ase a anka woto wo ndumpo da heti na obi se obe feature wa ma spiritual person check him out obe robe off. All these are under soul contract. Maybe I will find one day and continue that soul contract, but I've treated soul contract. So you can find out from my channel, Nona Washe. Any spiritual person who understands contract of the souls understands that in the natural order of things, you cannot attack anyhow. I think say me catch 2 weeks ago. Our time with my Grace. Knowledge no wo ho. Eniama no wo ho. Ubetimi aye ba ubufu a ubetimi akasa keke nti na me ka kire say spiritual person and ubufu okasa na wetwa so na okono, he's the best person ever because uye koma ubekwa ko apply niama na you go against the cosmic na we wie ye mobo enkrofo bebre mini wosofo bi a ono men company ana me yekom amenkwe. You cannot just take charge of somebody's soul without the permission of the person's soul. No. Tina make a choice obi entumi nku ade se wa ko donate won so obi ye de aba na etuo esi obi so se kwa sole dem na koma won saso wa na ye be de wa na wako no wa ma won saso na de ama obi eni wo obetumi yi so la firi won tina make a choice plain obi entumi nku ade wo. And that's what's called the law of nature. Tina make a choice say nyo obi an odidi watam abedidi ni bio, especially social media. Because of Android is 200 cedis. Who they didn't craft them? Nim how to maneuver or be wrenchen wa boweniso ama waswayeshi. It means that every soul is free until that soul gives away its free will. Adie we wo Bible mu minka anami yedin. Almost say emra Jesus got to blind Bartimaeus wo motorway no motorway na ye de onifire ni kosire wo so onzere sika. Yes, yesu koto no ono kacha ni se sorry nante na blind Bartimaeus sorry ye e na ofa ne kete nyina no nante ye tio ba Peter and John omo koto bubu eni ni wo beautiful gate no omo kacha ni so sorry nante no hwe omo anim Bible say osone omo so ne nsa ni mfa ni no omo twi ni gina ho. This is what they were talking about. Just said they so right no e wo ho ansa na obetimi aye bibi wo so no. We have a way of purchasing this. So people are doing things. Almost cosmic na count. Inti asori dem ye mfa kan ni hwi obi ya say kan ho na fa so ko wa na obekọ na wa ukoso a adenti na omo nka say fa onsa gu o say ma onsa so na fa Kristo. Eye laws, eye rules nti wo na wo do consent be man sa na omo atumi afa so no. If not, in soul contract, when a soul breaks the contract of another soul, that person can call for judgment. Asofo ni bebre omo ho atochema a omo hye dem because of this. So wo person osun akoma asun ntwa ho ka ho. Spiritual person be eni wa obetumi aseye obi because wo na wa ye dia opa bia so wo bibia de be cancel. Obowa. Force obi so attack obi unnecessarily. You want to have issue with the cosmic. Na nobody is more powerful than the cosmic. Whoever. And unti na Yesu kro pese ombra ha no. O hambo no ho koshe oba yem ye wo no ansa na oba yem ra na ye adwuma wa. In spirituality, it is about path. Keep your path and obey your calling. Well, inti mo ba office one na me catch am said, "Madam, oh path, let's find your path. And mama will do this, do that, and let's find your path. Don't follow me." That is one thing I do. Until about consultation, I bet you we will find your path together so you ube fasu. My path is different. So what to me discover wo path and no na wo be you obedient na wa ye wo calling no unkosuasua obi na wa ye spiritual father until na de bia na conflict me de me wa ha me wo group we mu me we na mo ku na mu ye saying I don't want any group. Spiritual warlocks who break soul contract usually look out for errors as a reason to take over someone's free will and pronounce judgment on them. Tina me say, I careful. Me leave konkonsa obese say ubibi. Obese say wabrabo. Leave immediately. Obehu say nipa ne cha otwitwa ntro bi eni ho ne leave immediately. Then waste time. Or do so better serious problem. I'm telling you. And one of the ways of identifying errors is for you to establish that even though you are not challenging the person is attacking you unprovoked. So if say you didn't even challenge the person and unwarrantedly the person attacks or attacked you. So when you obi she ne nipa no like cook intina make us ebi mo ho mo nye ye da me na make akiro obi nya ewusuimpo na wo attack na cosmically no e will go against you na nia wa ye o papa na wo san attack ne san say ni din anko mo do ko court ko judge wanka you are better. So dealing with spiritual powers and authority is dangerous because enye nipa ne ho any said your na obetumi ehu say we metumi no na ukasa no no nkasa nti you careful. Cosmic is guiding every soul and every soul and each soul has its own contract. And I'm say find it so that obehu baby enye ma no watwe ho immediately cause obi betumi agege wa ma we break you so contract shim no wafa no de ko. I will tell you a confession by a big pastor on the radio who happens to be a chief warlock. Yeni munkrofo we mu yeni momo. Me sometimes I look at it and I'm like, nkrofo na lankasa kra ye kwa brahma hono na won pasomje. Me makeup artist in the can also what ahodwo so mpa opa mekom. Kontena we. He confessed that he prayed for someone to die because the person's girlfriend was in his church. And the person called him to warn him that he should stop telling his girlfriend to break up with him. You're suffer. Now bini ku your court. No amanegu. Now you say you're free. Even though he told the man that the story was not true and that he, the pastor, was influencing the man's girlfriend to break up, the man went ahead to threaten him with death. First, I saw for talk no. Easy. Those conflicts, you know, eba na wa forcing. You go against your soul contract. No way break, no way nyakwa obe drop it down. Ntokwa bia na abeko. Na udi. Inti na make say me so hu say my aggressive wa ha. Men dream me hu na me a smart papa. Me soul contract can never be broken. It's never possible. I'm even helping people not to make sure somebody breaking. I mean myself. Inti minim o bejeje me minim. But I am a bufu because of nkrofo chances. He then meditated and prayed on the threat to his God that, oh my God, kill this man who I have not wronged in any way, but is troubling my life and about to kill me. I have children, and if he kills me, it will be a disaster. Therefore, use his own words and stand on it to create a new death covenant to kill him. When you are dealing with people, warlock. We are talking about scenario of the warlock prophets. Papa, we are on a jumoya, no, or you show we no asem. Ebi wa Bible mo, or say young nipa ne mengine nyan kafuo. Manitidu humpa. South of we mu. Ubetumi amani sika saa, so woni bi ade mema na nda, o si mu raise prayer and say na dwuma nyina. Me si ni mu chenhye. After this prayer and fasting, the man died mysteriously. People can break your soul contracts and they will take you out. They will force you to exit. I bet shock you. Any pastor who understands this cosmic manipulation to change the soul contract is a warlock. I won't say I'm one of them. Don't. That is a male witch or a sorcerer. So, back to our musicians. Some mama who warlocks. Yeah, one conform almost all the know. But senior cosmic know him how to manipulate and how to maneuver. obey you one time. So back to our musicians, and using our warlock example, they can set a trap for the other person to react. Then they chant on the reaction to evoke a warlock curse. I know that man for a very long time. I never knew say he was a warlock. I almost say on you obi kesi obi no bi be so asem numu e na ogina TV no so say we na or they camera see no so e na or ye na wada for na me say this is a warlock, because during that he was chanting amome nsusume ya husu o ebinu masua ni am betumi dey say one time bibia ni wa me dey industry stop joking. There are things. That is how you initiate an attack on someone on a right mission with a heavy army like Black Sheriff. A warlock can get at Black Sheriff. A warlock. So it's Nimse Shatta Wale, from where he's coming from and his star system. He's a clean spiritual person. So has he become a warlock? If he's become a warlock, and then what he's saying, where do we place this? What should Black Sheriff do? So when spiritual people say, hey, pay attention to Shatta Wale, he is a very powerful spiritual person, it doesn't mean Shatta Wale is going to chant to do something to him, because they both know how powerful both of them are. Yet ye chile ni yehomu. Ye nimso omu ni momo. Obiye nimso obiye kita a particular army, and they are on a different mission, and they are from different star systems. All these are special people. It may mean that Shatta Wale may be aware of how to evoke the warlock curse when someone breaks their soul contract. So onim sadie way dia. And you know, just obeko beyond the spirituality is principle na ye can. Because warlocks, no, they don't regard principles. Even cosmic and no. That Shatta know this. It is advisable not to easily fall for traps on social media when people attempt to provoke you. Nye bibi obi beka biya na obesoso. Ntina ya won't tell myself as a meme so hate that so and de social media is a real deal. So be a warlock now kafim no bekasa dia wo danyame ase. Na wa bekasa na ofa wudi ni wo ho no so ko wewu. People are dying without knowing what is killing them. Some people may share comments about you just to provoke you to commit extreme errors. Obeba be tro comment no. Na wo de abufuo, you break your soul contract. Na shame na foul. When you break your soul contract, they will evoke a curse on you. Sadie way TV phone, radio phone, no we will show. O ko pe show na. O ko pe airtime na mo say fa e de be pilot you so wan bra de call ya na mo aye na fe de mo de bi news. Unim say onipa ni say no wa fa wo show no wa sesen din no ye ni say no kwa no ba ha. I won't mind you, I can create 1 million shows in a day. I'm now looking for hosts. If you can do better, come. I have 1 million shows. I want to open it up because we have better machines to do that. We want to give opportunity to people. So, we better make host it properly. Just write your application to Dr. Kelly. Why? Who should my office so I forward it. So, be careful how you allow people to provoke you. Obama what can be. Obetumi abedidi wata no wakoka chese fa obeyi free me so say waba me kwadu me ye be ifo no wafa sa asem na kobo kwadu. You are finished. Wonso na na adu gina na ye bo kwadu kura dan no po unkai na wako defend wo. So be careful. Always stay calm and learn how to avoid temptations like that. So before so wamo aka bibi na be careful. All the temptations in the Bible are talking about things that will go a long way to break your soul contract and expose you to sorcery attacks. So my advice to Black Sheriff and Shatta Wale is that I know they are spiritual endowments. I know. And they have shown in their songs how aware they are. Because every word they say, me, I listen. So they should avoid falling into each other. Say chuchi ni ba, they should just draw themselves as commanders and go with their army. Because we can't afford any disaster. They should be in their lanes. And if one person provokes you, no matter what, stay calm. And I'm going to say, spiritual people are they saying what many can say, na masha koni mashe ni fit, na mashe baby ojina na me say na we ojina ever. Hey, Ghana. Spirituality there, Mohammed. What's your spiritual hour? Why? With the pride of the ancestors. I'm the queen of Akabulen. Yes, they love me. And we are discussing celebrity occultism, frequency and spirituality in Ghana. That's what we are discussing. So that is for the two of them. When you are going to gossip beautifully, like I'm doing here. Now, you share the anadromous symbolism. What is anadromous? Now, let's look at anadromous symbolism. I made this call on Stonebwoy when I did an editorial about the great earth shift into the fifth dimension. We want to talk to them if they are aware of these things. What level? I know people would want to know. It's not only the music, education also helps. So we know what we are doing. I invited him to let us talk about his album and analyze it. Amazingly, Stonebwoy plays with spiritual mysticism. Say he plays with spiritual mysticism. I'm too intelligent not to find him out. When Stonebwoy came to mind again, this time I also thought of the Baphomet at the same time. Do not panic, I will explain. The Baphomet is a powerful spiritual icon. So what is this doing with Stonebwoy? Obibeka said, Adanu bi ojoina na edanu ko ho na. Because I have made a profound statement that he plays with spiritual mysticism. Why am I saying this? And I'm calling Baphomet in attaching Stonebwoy's name. Bim! So what is going on? Now, let me explain. I've told you, before you go and gossip, finish watching the show, so you gossip properly. I explained to you the metaphysical and esoteric understanding of the Baphomet in my editorial. It's a very educative editorial. Go and watch it. Why one should be a show where we are. To me, akwa Baphomet. And now Baphomet. Why am I attaching Stonebwoy to Baphomet and calling him, say, or play with mysticism, spiritual mysticism? Now, one of the understandings associated with the Baphomet from the esoteric wing is that it signifies as above, so below. Yeah, yes, I editorial word that, which was very clear in the editorial I did, the first one I'm here. But another symbol that certain secret societies pay attention to is the energy associated with the word anadromos. What's the meaning of anadromos? Now, anadromos, occultism, is simply the ability to play within two dimensions. Makachiro said Baphomet, that is how I say and I must use a word, anadromos. I want everybody to hold that word and I will explain the meaning of that word. Now, let me explain this. So, what is the key to this anadromos theory? I'm talking about celebrities in Ghana and the things that they are doing and saying, their actions that are evoking spiritual conversations in the New Age spirituality community. And this editorial is looking at the spiritual implications of their various works and activities. These musicians, are they aware of what they are doing? No implications they are just doing it. Now say they are just doing it. What can we do about this? Do what musicians do and say have spiritual implications? And you know to no ne asem no kano. Esunsun sanso e wo hɔ ana. Ana we me dem yan dwen yan dwum ne yeto. Yan fa ne sa. If yes, just type your thoughts in the comment section for me. So if so omu nim ni omo ye na, sure wo so omu nim so na omo ya, bibi na use omo na. Say yes edi nsunsuanso na de beba yeso. The Baphomet was made to channel certain energies. When you pray to yourself, see it or meditate on it, it activates some energy. That is Baphomet. One of this energy is the anadromous energy. So woko hwe Baphomet na ena macheche obehu wa ha ena meka se tie ni yansa wako gossipy because I mentioned Stonebwoy and I'm bringing all these things to light. And when I'm done, you get to understand what I'm saying. That is giving one the power to move from one dimension to the other without dying. Eya na nkrofo say, listen, me can't say maritime and fashion me so. But anadromous is what I use for those o wa brochire opese obi e company wo Ghana obetumi ya ebegu opa ko fa niama wo abro ehie na fa bra say wo beton wo be struggle niama ni begu but abrofo no de omo be bie company ni wa na ekoso they use energy of anadromous inti this is what something I use for people me papa bi o we no say opese o ye fish ni de anadromous and not say we betumi ya wa brochire but energy is still here operating. Another story. So anadromous is an energy ubetumi awo two places at the same time. And no, that's the energy. That ubetumi awo etheric. Now wo aha. Nsu this is the major key for soul travel. Let me leave it here. So a fish can travel from the sea to another river without dying. That is anadromous. When it reaches the land, that is anadromous. What I say, wafi insuo ma beto asase so akoto insuo wenwu, wafu pum abeto asase so akoto insuo wenwu. Inti those who want to do me papa be fish farming that's energy I use for him. So, for instance, when they say a fish is an anadromous fish, it means that that fish can stay in the water and can migrate from land to another water without dying on land. Hey, okay. So that gives you an idea of the impression and the goal of the occultists associated with this symbol. Inti se Baphomet. Now who so above, so below. Now who anadromous is the same thing. But anadromous is an energy. You use a lot of things. Whenever a symbol of anadromous is associated, then it means someone wants to operate within two markets, or two dimensions, or two worlds, or two bodies, two anything, two, or two regions, or two worlds without suffering. I'm the process. I've been honest. Anadromous is one of the things I use for things. My confess. But I'm not saying kamarita ejumani mejaye in PBP. The anadromous spirits or this energy's work is to be able to amplify living between two dimensions. Don't forget we are talking about Stonebwoy. So why am I saying all these things? Wrongly. There are very few things that can live both on land and in water. Anadromous, a maneuver like that. I think frogs and some few reptiles. Who say apotro? In suota or lem crawl. In suona we are to meet nas asidim, I think for 21 days or tnemwa coping for another in suobeto. No wasayaba. That is frog. We have people like that. Nipani be a frog. Mami said nipani be a cobra. Mami said nipani be a frogs. We have a few reptiles like that. They can travel between physical dimension. So in the spiritual dimension, to me kwaha. So in spiritual dimension, when an occult person wants to work both physically and in spirit, anadromous spell is cast. Makanukre. That is how we operate with anadromous. It enables a witch to work in different dimensions and work in the physical dimension. But when you sit before me in consultation and I enter your house, we also for the same thing. Made them go school into also for the same. It is called anadromos. So there are people who are walking on earth and they are walking in another dimension as well. We have people like that. They are aware of both realms. In Africa, it happens a lot where a person dies and then it's reported that they went to another country to have children and wives. Et I see, I will be mem. Oh, we no my energy, no biakoshi and so your sama your wa, a so who na yera. Aguna so drebisi wo, mammy be your tongue curtains. Obiko hun sani we wo kuronim. And I got Fred and man or more back a crown or more drew and a mammy yera or curtains in echi. In Africa, there's any ama way a waha. Anadromos is what I've told you. Even though he is dead, he can live in the physical dimension because of another energy. Or anadromos spirit energy. There are very dark art magic and charms involved in handling these rituals. Makachos, I'm the process. I'm not going to lie. Especially people whose husbands or wives die and they keep haunting them day by day. You must break their anadromos energy. And also, you to me, the church, I am to me, a minimum say, useful for a lot of things, but what I use this energy for is what I'm telling you. These are some of my special area. Baby, a be wa me ye good. Me kasa me ye the best, but baby wa no more me ye good. But marita me pe BPBA until we dey asem na me catch from dawase. And that is what initially the Baphomet was meant to evoke. It channels the energy to enhance one's ability to transcend. They get from one realm to the other in both ascension to descension. Nti se me ka kire o say Baphomet ni nya ade osi wa obi e kwa akosoma ne ti say ye nipa na se wenye sika to shirt na mu ade na ugina say na obi hwana. No, the parents say was on. There are things we confront. They are energies. They are energies. This is anadromos or Baphomet. This is what it does. It was meant to activate an anadromos energy. So why am I talking about Stone Boy and also talking about a mystical occultic symbol of anadromos? What is the link? Me patre saying, "Tienio, ai, mudi emunimiye." Now, I want us to look at the etymology of the word anadromos. The ana in Greek means up. Ana means up. The dromos in Greek means running. You can Google and find out. So in occultism, when they want to activate anadromos energy and they want to attach it to physicality without exposing the details of what they want to do, they use either text or symbol. Anadromos no. Now I'm breaking it down in Greek language. The amount ana Greek means up, dromos Greek means running. It is omo ye bibi no omo pesa omo use sa energy way. No omo pesa omo bekasa ye woni CJ wo ho. No omo atro no omo de ato obi o hwe bia will understand. Na so omo mpese omo de CJ no so be ya no omo use sa omo mpese omo be expose omo ho a omo use symbol na so omo be use a word. Either they use the symbol or they use a word, up and running. So when you see up and running, it simply means anadromos or so above, so below. If not that, they will put a symbol there. It's an anadromos activating chant. Up and running is an anadromos activating chant. It is a woman so be here up and run or can up and running now. Obetumi use symbol no dey chant. Obetumi so can up and run without mentioning the name anadromos to expose the language or activate that chant. It's like a term that the masters alone can understand. And I'm breaking it down easily, no. Anadromos is what the masters use to launch international businesses with regional branches. It's a spell. Anadromos is a spell. That's anytime I'm medical catch or more abroach no more mostly I use these things for them. It's an esoteric spell that activates the duality of existence. You can live in Ghana, operate a business, live in America, and operate that same business. And try some because they don't have the ability to activate this anadromous energy. First, I'm just telling you, I'm saying this so you know I know what I'm talking about when I started talking about Baphomet. Those who want to run two businesses, you should have a ability to do this. And it will be as if both of them are the same. That's a China wo your business, but also Kumase, also fish, the same thing. Unless that energy is activated to you. Into bones but a human no more yet to set the energy and their activity. People are living abroad and their worry is operating a successful business in Africa without their presence so that they can sustain the business. It's all about anadromos. The energy of the anadromos is how to take off. You establish the business in spirit before it manifests in the physical realm. It stands in all dimensions without failure. This is anadromos. Anadromos rituals are performed by many masters to activate this energy, including myself. And when they do, they show it publicly by the code like up and running. Anadromos in Greek. Makacho say ana in Greek language is up. Dromos in Greek language is running. And I have Makacho say your masters no or my language is either you use a symbol or you say up and running instead of mentioning the name anadromos. If they want the energy to be activated through a movie, they will name the movie something up and down or running up, etc. Because it's the same thing. So when you look at Hollywood, there is a lot of up and up, running down and movies titles like that. On the upside, these are all energy activating symbolism. And no up, so below, so above this, but it's either Baphomet or anadromos. I want everybody to understand it's an energy we use. Okay, now, recently, Stonebwoy launched an album and he named it Up and Running. And immediately I got alarmed. Not in a bad way, no. But it gave me the impression that this musician was enlightened. Mr. Stonebwoy enlightened from 3 dimensions and now up and running. No. He knows what he's doing. That guy knows what he's doing. He should come and talk to me. Why? He knows what he's doing. I'm convinced within my spirit. Wamame more evidences and more proofs. Or you enlightened soul. So come and teach us. Maybe I'll be and family, but when you do it like a pro, may you're proud of you. Now one of this is Stonebwoy. So up and running is same as anadromos, same as Baphomet. So why is it like that? He should come and tell us. It's beautiful you give your following all this educational, so they know who you are. So when they are following you, they will follow you with some kind of vim. So Bim, are you using anadromos? Who are you? Come and talk to us. This guy is not producing music just for the fact that music is good for dancing or music is good for money. He knows what he's doing. He's producing music that can live both international and global. Or he's targeting different dimensions with his music. That is what Stonebwoy is up to. Come and talk to us. Why, Papa? He's activating certain duality energy to himself. Dr. Louisa, only ukunu kasa no ne me kasa why? Obekura nsasa wa na again no dey free na Jamaica ba no pam share nsasa wa say ayi odoso na net na say metumi apam odoso ni bi ase na ma say blue wig na wa ba why? And Dr. Louisa Anaju we are on an enkasa. Minim say he will get to you until on an enkasa on my behalf. I want to talk to him. He's using anadromos. That's huge. I mean, that's top notch. So he should come and talk to us. Why? He's activating certain duality energy to himself. Stonebwoy knows about the secret of the masters. And so that is so amazing. I'm so proud. Like, I would love to talk to him. And I applaud Stonebwoy for his deep spiritual wisdom. Using anadromos, hey, I've not heard any spiritual person mention it in Ghana. This is the level of the masters. So when I heard it, I said, I applaud him for his esoteric understanding and how he managed to keep these things to himself and let certain deep understanding showcase it. When you release an album that is called Fifth Dimension, at a time when deep occult masters and spiritual practitioners are discussing the earth moving from a third to fifth dimension, it cannot be a coincidence. What they say, no cry a coincidence and no problem. Because I remember when I spoke about fifth dimension, some spiritual people were saying all sorts of things as if I'm mad. Yeah, baby, I was started by and you are making cha-cha-cha-cha. Do you think we are jokers? Yeah, we anymore. Yam bragging tia. Na yen show so often tia. Say no ye coincidence, the fifth dimension ye coincidence. Another room also papa, what's up? Come and tell me. But after that album, you released another album called Up and Running, Anadromos. But for me, at a time when the masters are discussing other energies to move from one dimension to another. Because the earth nankasa changing face. Now, no, you move it from one place to another. Movement in and I was Sunday up and running. But no. Come and explain this. Spiritual people must discuss Stonebwoy's mastery of the elements. He knows things pastors don't know, Maka. He knows things pastors don't know. I want to talk to that guy. Mumbwa me pa. Me de afana yere so me de Uncle Jojo Munina, you guys should find him for me. Somebody, if you nobody know nobody they see me, they see you. And they see you, pa, and I want to talk to you, pa. You can't do fifth dimension because it came at the right time when the earth was shifting. And now we started talking about movement. And you did anadromos. Oh, you must come and explain this to your people, including myself. Monsani bim for family, Monsani message when come my boss. Don't just say things because they are good about your musicians. Most of them are very enlightened. They know what they are doing. But me blame me because they don't come and sit and give you education. But we are going to get through today. Better try your best. They know the power music carries. They know. They understand the effect of spirituality in music. They know. These three people I just mentioned, they know. They know that music creates certain manifestations. They know. They know the currency they carry in terms of music. So lesbians and they may know more than we know. I'm telling you, these three people, they know. They may know more than you know. So we have to take our musicians very seriously, honestly. You take musicians seriously. Social media. So they need help. So, Stonebwoy, Shatawale, Black Sherif, my show is open for you guys. We want to discuss this thing with you. I'm here 24 hours a day for you guys. What do you want to mean background? Remember we studio no ye chat. We are a spiritual song back on. Come and sit down and let's educate the people about your knowledge and your understanding of spirituality. Because you know, I am so convinced. You Stonebwoy, you know what no pastor know. I'm telling you. At the moment I saw anadromos with you, I said, Kai! The guy know what he's doing. No. Abusia, and the episode no important. To what also wo beba no. Or person be bibi, find out and know and let the person understand so contracts. We have these 3 great personalities here. Yeah, ye di omwechi no. We need to su jabone. Aden ye nkonkonsa sa Ghana for. Oh, the nkonkonsa we the mama mo license munko di because I need to talk to them. Find them for me. Whoever find any one of them for me will get 10,000. Find them for me. We discard to omutri. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a long episode, but please download and share it to people. They understand music. If we understand and we handle these things, we are able to put the country Ghana on the map. These are things I say it Miche. Ebina was starting. He's trying to split, which is a beautiful spiritual move. Thank you guys, and I love all the musicians in Ghana, and I wish you all guys well. Shalom, peace.